This episode of Walt Disney World Today is sponsored by DVCBuyResale.com. DVC by Resale is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club points. You can view their current DVC resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, and see the DVC point charts all by going to www.dvcbuyresale.com. Or if you'd like, you can call the owner Chantel at 1-800-844-4099.
This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Friday, June 22nd, 2007, and this is episode 273 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hochberg of MGMstudios.org. On the show today, just back from the Hard Rock Cafe in New York City, it's Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome, Mike.
That was some wedding today, I gotta tell you.
We also have Mr. Narcoosse's. It's Len Testa of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. And Len, we won't go into how you got that nickname on the air.
It had nothing to do with the 23-day sentence I've just served in Malibu either.
And rounding out our panel today, it's a man who beta tested Earth for the big guy. It's Mike Scopa of MousePlanet.com. Welcome, Mike.
Hi, Capcom. This is Skylab 09er. Request you transmit this recording to Crystallography Lab console. Over.
For some reason, I think Newell will know the answer to this. I don't.
I'm still laughing at the other thing. Oh, I stink.
Len, do you know where it's from?
Mission Mars?
There you go.
Such a geek.
Well, on today's show, we're talking about the July 4th festivities at Walt Disney World. Every year, Disney kind of changes up a little bit. They do something special for the 4th of July if you happen to be going to Walt Disney World. And it's one of those nights, along with, I think, New Year's Eve, where you really have this very special events that go on. And these are normally in the realm of entertainment. There are some different events going on. So let's start with...
First of all, July 4th is special. Like I thought you were going to say they celebrate Bastille Day or something like that.
Bastille Day, yes. A common celebration.
And then because it's special entertainment, as opposed to, what, the slaps in the head they normally give you?
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
So we'll start out with the Magic Kingdom. And they've got... Ooh, that's right, Len. Not one, but 2 parades. Disney Dream Comes True Parade will be shown 2 times, 12:30 and 3:30, and I'm sure, like the rest of us, the parade really gets us going.
I mean, so the thing is you'll be somewhere in either Frontierland or Adventureland around 12:30. And the thing is that typically if you're following one of the unofficial guide touring plans, you're going to be walled off there from one side of the park if you're in Adventureland. So my advice would be there to stick to the water side of Frontierland if you're in that area, if you can. 12:30 is right around the time you're going to be rotating over there.
Well, hey,
even the park, but go ahead.
Hey, Len, if there's 2 parades in one day like that, which parade would be better to go to?
I don't think at 12:30 people are going to be ready for the parade, so my guess is the first one.
Okay. My only thinking was that perhaps the kids, go see the 12:30 parade, 3:30, it's way too hot, way too crowded, people leave.
Well, but don't forget, most people are only getting there around 11, so...
Good point, yeah. Okay, so go for the first parade, according to Len. Also, on the Magic Kingdom, we've got bringing back Fantasy in the Sky. That'll be shown at 9 o'clock. And Fantasy in the Sky, what do you guys think of the show? I mean, it's been years since I've seen it.
So what was the difference in Fantasy in the Sky between like the other... I don't remember it that well.
Scopa?
You mean Wishes?
Well, between that or...
Fantasy in the Sky, basically... the difference was that in Fantasy of the Sky, it was not as hardcore themed, I guess, as Wishes is, in that it was a mishmash of Disney music that was set to the fireworks. But I don't think that the choreography was as hardcore as it is with Wishes, Len. So
it's just a bunch of stuff floating in the sky.
Yeah, it's when you wish upon. It's the whole. It's basically your generic Disney fireworks show without anything special.
Maybe So they probably have the routine programmed into some computer somewhere. Into the sky.
The thing is though that how they have the low level pyros. They didn't have that with or the special lighting on the castle. They didn't really have that as much with Fantasy in the Sky as they do with Wishes. So. I mean, that would make it for an interesting view to see what they do with the old show.
Nah, but they don't do much. Although there's no Wishes, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. There's no Wishes shown. Usually, I believe in years past they've shown both. I know at the studios they show 2 different fireworks, so we'll get to that. Maybe it's just
Part of the
logistics.
problem though is, but 9 o'clock. It's barely going to be dark at 9 o'clock.
I saw one July 4th. I saw it was Fantasy in the Sky with a patriotic tag at the end, and the patriotic tag at the end was amazing.
Fireworks for all countries, but mainly America.
Also at the Magic Kingdom, we've got the Spectre Magic Parade is being shown twice. My favorite parade, the only one I really stopped to watch for. Also because it's always easier to watch a parade at night anyway.
So remember on the Wednesday show we did we talked about a new great place to watch that Spectre Magic Parade, especially the 12:30 one. 12:30 a.m. You should have a lot of really good viewing spots.
Yeah, by then I mean it's going to empty out considerably. A lot of the kids are gone, but I mean it's July 4th, and with all these parks, it's really important to note that the park is going to be about as crowded as the parks get outside of probably New Year's. Would you say that one?
Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, so I would expect that the Disney will start turning people away from the gates or outside visitors from the parking lots. Sometime around 11:30, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, something like that.
Now, Len, let me ask you this. I'm going to put you on the spot here. If your crowd calendar extended beyond 10, what do you think a July 4th would run?
I think actually July 4th isn't terrible. It was a 9 last year. It was a 9 or an 8 the year before. It's just that people come so quickly that Disney tends to panic a little bit and preemptively start shutting things down. The really bad ones are Easter and Christmas. When if the crowd calendar went beyond 10, it could go to 18.
Really?
For those, yeah, it could.
Oh, wow.
We've seen legitimate 160, 170, 180 minute waits at some attractions.
Wow. Moving on, that rounds out the Magic Kingdom there for their events. In Epcot, nothing different going on. I mean, you've got Illuminations, which happens every night anyway. So again, nothing. Really, what it is what I believe in years past you've had that ability to kind of like see probably 2 different nighttime events, assuming you could actually get into the parks. There's usually one like fireworks show at 9 o'clock, and then like Magic Kingdom would have one like at 11 o'clock or something like that. But this year, you've really got to pick, one to go to.
Boy, if I'm planning my July 4th schedule, I'm going to the Magic Kingdom early, bailing out of there around 11 or 12, heading over to Epcot through Illuminations, and then I'm heading back to see the 12:30 Spectra.
Interesting. For me,
you get better dining options in Epcot. Not that you'll be able to get in anything now, but
yeah, now you can get great dining options at the turkey leg place over
McDonald Fry place in
yeah, exactly.
In Frontierland.
The water fountain is serving you now.
I think at this point, exactly the water fountain. It'll be that guy that does the African carvings over between Germany and China.
Yep.
See what kind of nabs he has in his pocket. Do you have any chips? You drinking the rest of that soda?
You want a dining plan?
It's two table service cards. Man, that's going to be insane.
At the studios, you've got the regular 3 o'clock parade, and then you've got 2 different nighttime events. First is the 4th of July fireworks, which happens at 9 o'clock p.m., and the 4th of July fireworks is kind of like Sorcery in the Sky. It's more like the unwanted second cousin of Sorcery in the Sky. I mean, it's a shell of its former self, but they still show it.
Fireworks.
That was unintended, but yeah, it worked out.
It blew up, didn't it?
The great thing about this one is that it's shown around just behind the Great Movie Ride building, so you don't have to necessarily get seats as long as you can, as long as you're in the park. And in fact, some of the best places to see it is probably right outside the park. If you're interested in bailing out, but you want to be able to catch a glimpse of it. Along with that, you've also got Fantasmic, which is then shown at 10 o'clock. Good luck on getting into that one, because you'll probably have to be camped out for seats in Fantasmic in order to watch the 4th of July fireworks. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be crazy.
That's going to be insane. So here's my gripe about the studios. Not that I have a short list; it's a long list. You can't take a bus to the beach and Yacht and Beach Club from the studios. What's up with that?
Can't go to Epcot either.
What? And you have to take the boat. So there's nothing I like more at the end of a hot day than sitting and smelling diesel exhaust in a closed environment with a bunch of other smelly people. That really, to me, says.
Well, you could walk back.
Vacation Kingdom. Yeah, you could walk. Yeah, of course. Come on, kids, keep up. My leg, my feet.
It's the walk of tears back to the hotel room.
Trail of Tears, yeah, exactly. The Trail of Tears.
Trail of Tears, right?
So really, there's nothing other than the 4th of July fireworks. There's nothing special going on at the studios?
4th of July fireworks? No.
Patriotic movies, nothing, Nothing?
No, just 4th of July fireworks. That's pretty patriotic last I checked.
All right. Okay.
And Animal Kingdom, nothing going on. You've just got your parade. No reason, nothing to look at. Keep moving, folks. So with 4th of July, Len, you mentioned that you prefer you're going to go to do Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and back to Magic Kingdom. Scope, if you're going on 4th of July, what would you do?
I did the same thing, and I almost did that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I should say. We started out in the Magic Kingdom. Actually, what we did is we had breakfast. Is a good thing to do. Have breakfast at Trails End at Fort Wilderness. They have on July 4th. They have a special golf cart design contest to see who can have the most patriotic golf carts, and it's pretty campy, but it's pretty interesting to see how people decorate their golf carts in Fort Wilderness. We usually have breakfast there, and then we head over to the Magic Kingdom, and we're usually there. We've done MGM. I think that I subscribe to Len's theory of being there until whatever, like 2 o'clock maybe, and then heading over to Epcot to watch the illuminations and special patriotic tag, and then maybe coming back to see Spectral Magic. And I'd do that with the monorail. I'd leave my car at the
it's the only thing you have to leave your car at the DC.
Yeah, because you're not going to get inland. They're not going to let. I'm guessing that sometime around between 2 and 4 o'clock, traditionally, is when the toll plaza starts saying to the people with cars, "Sorry, we're full." Because the parking lot's going to be full. Once that parking lot's full, they're turning cars away, unless you are staying at the Contemporary, the Grand Floridian, or Polynesian.
All right.
See, for me, with 4th of July, this is one of the times of the year, 4th of July, and again, I mentioned New Year's and maybe even Christmas. They do these special shows that aren't shown the rest of the year. So for me, I would wrap my day around seeing either Fantasy in the Sky or the 4th of July fireworks at the studios, simply because you can't see that on any other time of the year. And if you're going to brave crowds, you may as well brave it for a reason and see something you can't see. Get kind of that reward out of it.
Or you could stay home in the comfort of your air conditioning and watch it on YouTube the day after, right?
Yeah, Len just sends Darcy to go take a video of it.
The thing with MGM though, it's really that's so crowded, that park on July. I've been there, and you can faint and still be vertical.
Standing up.
It's just. It was so bad one year that I was in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard, getting ready to watch Sorcery in the Sky. And there was a woman who was coming down towards the end of the park, and she had one of those double strollers. She couldn't make it down. We had to take the stroller and pass it over our heads to one another to get down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not like it's a 5-minute walk-on waits on Soarin' at Epcot or this Magic Kingdom either. I think you just gotta. It's going to be crowded any park you go to, and if you get there early and you go with the just take your time and understand, because July 4th, when you're going to any park, you're going to be dealing with tremendous crowds, and you have to really have that kind of patience. It's going to be hot, so you're not only dealing with huge crowds like you are during Christmas week, but now you're dealing with the added element of heat, humidity, the afternoon rain shower. Len, would you say that you would take an afternoon break on 4th of July, or are there concerns about the park being closed because of capacity?
I would take a break till like 6 or 7 o'clock, maybe even later. So this is something my daughter and I did a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago when we were in Disney World. We didn't actually get back to the parks until somewhere between 7 and 10 p.m.
When did you leave the park?
We left the park like 1. So we'd go back, we'd grab some lunch, go to the pool, take a nap, wake up, go to the pool again. You'd go back in, get changed. So we actually were leaving Coronado Springs one night at like 9:30, 9 o'clock. We got to the Magic Kingdom around 9:30. And so many people are leaving then, it's not a problem at all. I would definitely do that. And by then you'll have time to you'll still have plenty of time to see all the attractions that you want to see. The park's open until 1 o'clock, and practically speaking.
We're talking July 4th, those people aren't leaving that.
I'm telling you they are. Not everyone's
July
going to
4th?
stay. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, you can't. Your life is going to be miserable if you arrive at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m.
Oh,
and
I
you're
know.
Staying through the fire. I mean, it's no fun. I'd take the chance and leave.
Now, looking at the 4th of July festivities and everything, is there any reason to go to Animal Kingdom on 4th of July ever? But 4th of July.
You talking to me?
I mean, there's just the regular old afternoon parade at 4 o'clock. The park closes at 8, so you don't see any fireworks. You're not rewarded for staying there. I mean, it's not, like Len said, it's not even dark by 8 o'clock on July 4th. I mean, that's like, the sun starts going down at 8.
I agree.
I mean, Epcot doesn't have anything special going on either. Although with Epcot, at least you got Illuminations to reward you, which is, I mean, in our opinion, collective opinions, we love the show. We think it's great. And of course, Epcot has the added benefit of being able to handle the crowds the best. So
They don't do anything at American Adventure on 4th of July?
I'm sure they do. Nothing's been announced by Disney. I would think they would have, something patriotic going on,
But they always have something patriotic going on.
Yeah, that's true.
There's always a fife and drum. Voices of Liberty, Maybe they'll have. Maybe they'll celebrate Morocco. I don't know.
Fucking Independence Day.
Peru that day or something. Maybe they'll have the Peruvian national anthem.
The Americans the cast members from America will go over to the Morocco Pavilion and pull down a statue from the back of a Humvee and celebrate. I don't know what they'll do. But I suspect they do something, although I would suspect it'd also be low-key, not something I would... considering it's not being announced, I can't imagine that it's going to be anything that's going to be like, ooh, I got to go see that.
Right.
Great. Just a reminder that on this Sunday, that's 2 days from now, there is going to be our next live show from 8 to 10 p.m. All the information is going to be available by going to wdwtoday.com. How to call in, how to listen, how to chat with us. We're hoping that you'll stop by and listen with us. Well, that's it for us today. Again, this episode of Walt Disney World Today has been sponsored by DVCByResale.com, which is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club points. You can view their current DVC resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, or see the DVC point charts all by going to DVCByResale.com. Or you can email Chantel, who's the owner, at info@dvcbyresale.com and tell Chantel that Newell forced you to buy DVC. That's it for us today. If you want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, you can visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.wdwtoday.com. You can also email us at questions@wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hodgeberg. We'll see you on the next show.
You may have heard the Copyright Royalty Board's royalty rate increase goes into effect July 15th. This increase threatens to close thousands of internet radio stations. We want you to hear what that will sound like. So this Tuesday, listen to A Day of Silence, a demonstration of what will happen in just 2 weeks if this rate hike is not stopped. Call your congressmen and senators. Tell them co-sponsor the Internet Radio Equality Act. Find their numbers at SaveNetRadio.org. Make some noise on Tuesday's Day of Silence.